Have you ever had the audacity to message a woman only to be met with the glorious sound of crickets? Yeah, you sent it, she saw it, and ignored you with the finesse of someone who doesn't even bother to pretend. No reply, no explanation, just deafening silence. And the best part? While you're staring at your screen like a puppy waiting for a treat, she's online. Posting stories, commenting on friends' photos, maybe even laughing at a meme some other guy sent her. And you're still there, pathetic. Want to know the truth? She saw your message, all right. She knows you exist. She just couldn't be bothered to reply. Why? Because in her little mind, you're not even worth 2 seconds of her typing time. Does that sting? Good. Because only those who feel the pain stop being fools. Now pay attention, because I'm about to teach you the only response this woman deserves. And no, it doesn't involve throwing a tantrum, losing your cool, or acting insecure. It's a response that will hit her ego like a punch to the gut. And the best part? You won't even have to type a single letter. So hold on to that anxiety, because today the game changes. But first, let's agree on something. This video only reached you because someone before you had the decency to like and subscribe. Now it's your turn to do the bare minimum. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a grateful in the comments. Not for me, but for the algorithm. Because only then will this digital slap in the face reach more people who need it. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to the point. Listen up. If a woman ignores you, it's not a cosmic accident, nor a Wi-Fi glitch. She's not buried under work. She didn't forget to reply. She's not so busy that she can't type 2 measly words. If she's ignoring you, it's because she wants you to understand, without her having to spell it out, that you're irrelevant to her. And the most tragic part, most men don't get this not-so-subtle message. They persist. They send another message. They try to strike up a conversation again. They come up with any excuse to reappear, like a ghost from the past. And the result? She loses whatever little respect she might have still had for you. Because a man who begs for attention from a woman who's already decided he's not even worth a hi automatically devalues himself. And I know, accepting this hurts. Then comes the parade of excuses. Oh, but maybe she's confused. Oh, but she used to give me attention. Oh, but I just want to understand what happened. None of that matters. What you need to understand is that a woman ignores a man for only 2 reasons. She already has a better option. She's lost respect for you. And that's where the fatal mistake comes in. When a man realizes he's being ignored, he does exactly what destroys any remaining chance he had. He messages her asking if something's wrong. He likes, comments, and reacts to her stories trying to get noticed. He plays the nice guy, hoping she'll take pity and reply. And you know what's going through her mind at that moment? Poor thing, still chasing after me. It's that simple. She's already figured out she can ignore you as much as she wants, because you'll always be there, on standby, like a loyal little puppy. Now the only question that matters, what do I do then? Easy. The opposite of what she expects. If she ignores you, the strongest response you can give is your silence. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you now. How to crush her ego. Now, open those ears wide. Because what I'm about to teach you goes against everything the herd of desperate men does. If a woman ignores you, the worst thing you can do is turn into a CIA investigator trying to figure out why. She's already decided you're irrelevant. Your job isn't to convince her otherwise. Your job is to make her regret making that stupid decision. And how do you do that? With 3 simple steps. Step 1. Disappear completely. The first reaction of average guys when they realize they've been ignored is send another message begging for attention. Camp out on WhatsApp waiting for a reply, like a dog waiting for scraps. Create ridiculous situations to try and force an interaction. And all of this sends one clear message: desperation. Now listen to what she'll never tell you. The man who disappears is the man who creates emotional impact. Why? Because she expects you to persist. She expects you to be bothered. She expects you to stay there, licking the ground she walks on. And when that doesn't happen, she's shocked. She starts wondering, why didn't he insist? Does he even care? Does he have someone else? And that's the first step to planting doubt in her little head. So disappear completely. What does disappear completely mean? No more messages. No more reacting to her stories. No more stalking her profile like a creep. No more pretending to be her friend just to stay in touch. You simply vanish off the map. This might seem extreme, but it's the only way to create a real impact. She needs to feel your absence. She needs to wonder, did I mess up by ignoring him? And the only response that matters is your absolute silence. Now pay attention. Disappearing isn't just digital. You also need to disappear emotionally. Because if you vanish from WhatsApp but remain obsessed, checking your phone every 5 minutes, guess what? You're still trapped. So, while you disappear, comes the second step. Step 2. Total indifference. If there's one thing that destroys a woman's ego, it's being ignored the same way she ignores others. Think about it. Most women are used to having an army of guys available 24/7. If she opens WhatsApp, there are messages. If she posts a photo, there are reactions. If she disappears for a while, someone's asking where she is. She's used to this attention. She expects it. But what happens when, suddenly, a guy she thought she had control over disappears? She starts feeling uneasy. And that's when the first test comes. She'll try to get your attention in subtle ways. She starts watching your stories. She likes one of your posts. She sends a random message like, "Hey stranger," or "What's up?" And this is exactly where most guys mess up. Because as soon as they notice this signal, they go back to acting like before. They reply immediately. They get excited like a puppy reuniting with its owner. They feel validated and start giving her attention again. And just like that, game over. She already knows she still has you wrapped around her finger. But the man who really wants to turn the tables does things differently. What to do when she tries to get your attention. If she views your stories, pretend you didn't notice. If she likes your photo, ignore it. Don't like hers back. If she sends a "Hey stranger," take your time to reply, or don't reply at all. The goal here isn't to play games. The goal is to make it clear that you're on a different level. That you're not a guy desperate for attention. That you're not going to play her little game. And the more you demonstrate this, the more her mind starts to spiral. And that's exactly where we enter the final and most important step. Step 3. Become the man she'll want back. Disappearing and showing indifference was a good start. But now comes the most powerful part. Because simply vanishing isn't enough. If you disappear but remain the same guy as before, insecure, needy, stagnant, the impact won't last. She'll think, "Oh, he's probably trying to forget me, he'll be back soon." But if, while you're gone, you start transforming into a man she never imagined losing, that's when the game truly changes. How to become the man she'll want back? Improve your appearance. You don't need to become a Calvin Klein model, but elevate your game. Dress better. Take care of your body, work out, improve your posture, groom your hair, beard, and style. Nothing hurts a woman's ego more than seeing a guy she ignored become more attractive. Invest in your social life. Go out more, meet new people, live new experiences. Post photos enjoying life, but don't overdo it to avoid looking desperate. Make it clear you have options and don't depend on her for happiness. Build a new lifestyle. Women are attracted to progress. If she notices you're growing, evolving, becoming more desirable, her competitive instinct kicks in automatically. And then, my friend, she starts thinking, has he found someone else? Why doesn't he miss me anymore? Did I lose a guy who was actually worth it? And that's exactly what we want. Because at this point, you're no longer trying to win her over. You've become the prize that she has to chase. And now, here's the real impact of this strategy. What happens when you apply all of this? Well, that's when the game completely flips. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell you now. What happens when you follow this? So let's recap. You disappeared completely. You ignored any attempt she made to get your attention. You transformed into a man she never imagined losing. And now comes the most interesting part. What goes through her mind when she realizes you're gone? Phase 1, denial. At first, she'll play it cool. She'll think, oh, he's just trying to make me miss him. He'll be back soon. He's probably playing games, I'll wait. In other words, at first, she's not worried. But then the unexpected happens. You don't come back. And that's when the anxiety starts to creep in. Phase 2, doubt. Now in her head, the questions start. Has he forgotten about me? Why isn't he chasing me anymore? Has he found someone better? She's no longer in control. Her ego starts to crumble. And what happens when a woman feels she's losing a guy she took for granted? Exactly. The game truly changes. And then, my friend, she's the one chasing you. And now, what do you do when that happens? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about next. The change in her behavior. Now that you've completely disappeared, you've triggered a powerful mechanism, the scarcity effect. And what does that mean? It means that before you were just another option on her shelf, always available, predictable, and undervalued. But now you've become rare, and anything rare increases in value. Now she feels the need to regain your attention. The signs she's missing you. She starts watching all your stories. She likes an old photo of yours, just to see if you notice. She sends a random hi, pretending nothing happened. She magically shows up somewhere she knows you'll be. And this is exactly where most guys blow it. Because as soon as they notice these signs, they think, I've got her. Now I can just go back to talking to her like before. And guess what? They go back to making the same stupid mistakes as before. But not you, because now you know what to do. How to respond when she comes back. Now that she's showing signs of interest, you have two options. One, move on with your life and leave her in the past. Two, re-engage, but on your own terms. If you choose the first option, congratulations. You've understood the game and realized you don't need to beg for anyone's attention. But if you decide to give her another chance, do it the right way, without going back to being the needy guy she ignored before. Rules for re-engaging without losing respect. Don't reply immediately. Make her wait a bit, just like she did to you. Don't show excitement. Respond calmly, as if she's just another person. Don't fall for her games. If she comes with weak conversation, don't engage as if nothing happened. And most importantly, if she wants to see you again, do it on your terms. Don't always be available. Don't rush to meet her. Make it clear your life moved on without her, because now the power is in your hands. And the decision to continue or not is entirely yours. Now, there's just one thing left. The final decision you need to make today. Now tell me, do you see how the tables have turned? Before you were there like a lost puppy, waiting for a reply, waiting for attention, waiting to be noticed. But now, she's the one feeling your absence. She's the one realizing she might have lost a valuable guy. She's the one starting to wonder, did I make the wrong choice? Has he found someone else? Does he even miss me anymore? And that doubt eats away at her ego, because no one likes losing control. And when you show her she no longer has control over you, you become the kind of man she wants around. The final decision you need to make. Now the only question that matters. What will you do with this knowledge? Because starting today, you have a choice. 1, you can keep being the guy who chases, who accepts crumbs, who begs for attention. Or 2, you can be the guy who values himself, who puts himself first, and who never accepts being treated as an option. And let me tell you something. The man who values himself is never ignored. Because when you demonstrate value, confidence, and independence, women feel it. And no woman dares to ignore a man who knows what he wants and doesn't need anyone to feel complete. So, the choice is yours. Will you keep accepting being ignored? Or will you flip the script today? Now tell me in the comments. Have you ever been ignored by a woman? How did you react? Will you apply this strategy? Or will you keep being a fool? I want to hear your story. No excuses, no whining. And since no one has the guts to tell this truth, do the bare minimum. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Share this video with that friend who needs a reality check. See you in the next video. Now go out there and make her feel your absence.